So today I'm going to show you an easy way to make the Jack Sparrow shirt, sash, and pants that my brother is wearing here. So you want to start by getting a plain white shirt with a little bit of a collar. You want it to be just a little bit bigger than you need it to be because you want it to be loose and fluffy like a pirate shirt. And then you'll just, if there's any buttons on the front, you just want to cut off where the buttons go. And you'll cut off all the extra sewing that goes in there too. And you'll cut it so that it kind of ends up in sort of a little bit of a V. And then you'll leave the collar on. And then you'll cut the sleeves off straight up on each side. And then you'll just take some white material and you want to double layer it. And you want it to be a couple inches wider than the sleeve that you just cut off, a couple inches wider at the top and the bottom. You want it to be long enough to go down to your wrist, and then you'll sew the two long sides and leave the two short sides open. So here it is once I've sewn the long sides. And then you just want to take the bottom seam, and you'll match it up with the bottom seam of the shirt sleeve, the cut off shirt sleeve. And you'll just pin that in place so that it stays right where you've got it. And then you'll do the same thing to the top, matching up the top seam that you sewed with the top of the shirt seam. And then you'll pin the rest of it all the way around the shirt sleeve, making little gathers to take up the slack. And then you'll just sew it all together, all the way around the shirt sleeve. So here it is once I've got it sewn on. And the little gathers give it that pirate shirt look. So then on the bottom of the sleeve, it's much too wide, so you'll take a rectangle of the same white material, fold it in half, make sure it's long enough to go around your wrist. So then you just lay that out, and take the bottom of the shirt sleeve, fold the little rectangle in half, and then you'll bunch up that big shirt sleeve. You'll bunch it up so that it fits right into that little cuff that you just made, and you'll sew it all together. That'll give it that nice pirate shirt look. So here it is once I've got that sewn on. You can see the stitch lines are on the inside, so that when you fold the cuff down, the stitch lines are hidden. So then for the sash, just take a rectangle. You want this to be really long enough so that you can tie it around your waist to make the little loop. You want the edges to be as frayed as possible. And then you'll just take kind of a reddish brown fabric marker and draw all those little lines you had on it. You want to draw those all the way down the sash. And then for the pants, I just found a pair of loose brown pants, and I measured where they needed to go on my brother's leg, and then I cut off the bottom of the legs on each side, and I used that to measure the other legs so they're both the exact same length. And so then on the outside of each of the legs, you just want to cut up the outside seam a few inches. And then you want to hem under all the cut lines that you made, just like that. And then you'll take 3 buttons and you'll sew them onto the cut that you made on the outside leg seam. These don't really look anything like the buttons he had in the movie, but they were what I had on hand, so that's what I used. And then you'll just cut a slit on the other side of the leg for each button to go through, until you've got them all done, and you do that to both legs. And then at the top, this is where you'll put the buttons, ending up with 6 altogether. And then I just took one of the leg pieces, a little bit left from the legs that I cut off, and I cut that into a rectangle. You just want to sew that onto just the top layer of the pants, just so it's on the front, and then that'll fold up. And so here it is once I've got it sewn on. That'll fold up just like that. And then you'll cut a slit in it so it can go over each one of those 3 buttons. Just like that.